Should be. Me. Okay. Nice. Let's see. Got a few minutes. And we're about to start. Oh yeah, let's post the shows before it's too late. And I just forget. I need to go to the bathroom real quick. Okay. Let's get started. Hello everyone, how's everyone doing today? Hope you're all doing good. Today, we continue. Now, we started with this design. I asked Momochi about what she thought. And she actually said she liked the dropped ear better. She actually liked the original design a little bit better. And like, honestly, also the boobs were a little too down. So I fixed that. And honestly, I kinda do like the uniqueness of the ear. I know I kinda shat on it a little bit last time, but the truth is I do like it. I just felt that it was a little out. Like, I like it like this too. Momochi was very adamant on like it being unique. She said she didn't say anything because she didn't want to be rude about what was my design or whatnot, but I do respect her opinion a lot, you know? So I was thinking about how to work out the dress, right? Because I have this sort of stereotypical ninja outfit for her. And Momochi was like, maybe instead of just focusing on fantasy, you should try to focus a little more on what would be in real life. Also, I just realized something. This design doesn't really make much sense. I have no idea how the dress works. But regardless. There's probably like a clamp in the back. I had kind of an epiphany. A long ass time ago. I did a little short animation, very short animation, like 5-second short animation of this. Basically, it's me playing a Biwa. Was like a cute thing. And I designed her doing with like a different outfit, which I didn't do a lot of detail. But I decided to recreate that outfit and go from there. Because like, if we're going with ninjas IRL, ninjas would dress as anything but a ninja. So if she was traveling from place to place, just sec. Much during singing lessons today. I got a lot of build up. Anyways. So I did this as a basis, and I want to try to add more flourishes to it. The idea is this is like a traveler's outfit. She has her biwa, it's like a cover for what she actually does, right? I think it's neat. I kinda like this design a little bit better. Interesting, where was this? Ah, here we go. So we can make something. Could add maybe a tattoo on the arm. Something like this could be added. Or maybe we could add like a little pattern. Something of the sort could be added here in the arm. One thing that I can definitely add to this is like Maybe like a pouch or a chain or something. Let me see. Let me test this. Which side? I think we do it from the side. I'm thinking about reviewing what her main weapon would be too. I got her using, for now, she uses like oversized claws, which is like a very cat girl weapon sorta, and it fits the ninja theme. Because these are meant to be climbing claws, like climbing aid claws, right? And she can use them as weapons, so that's fitting. That is fitting. But there is like an alternative scenario where the climbing claw, instead of climbing claws, her main weapon is her biwa, or her biwa becomes her weapon. Maybe like a hidden, it has like a hidden storage for kunais and stuff like that. That could be cool. That could be cool. I don't know how she would keep her biwa hanging. Let me see. What? Let's see if I can find something. Yeah, there would be a case of some kind. And maybe you can carry that case on your back. Right? So maybe we could have a... Maybe a layer just above the hair. Where we have a biwa case. That's kind of a thing. Okay, so that's an idea. Doesn't really add much putting her into her main design. Though... Maybe just having the biwa on her back. Hold up. That could work. Biwa is a rather simple instrument to... Not that hard to draw, right? It's... Essentially this, it's like a guitar. So like to categorize it behind one's back wouldn't be too hard. I think I wanna draw the silhouette outside of her and then drag it inside. Right, just so I can see what the frick I'm doing. So there we go. No shot, I saw something the other day that got me wondering. I was at the gym and I noticed that there is like a really young kid there too. I don't know how young, of course. I'm a bit of an old foggy, so... Like, anyone in their teens is gonna look too young to me. But like... I think the kid was around, was somewhere between 12 and 15, I wanna guess. And they were doing exercises and like, it's rare, it's rare. It was the only kid around. And I am like a little bit unsure. I don't know. Can kids even go to gym? You know, to the gym, you know? Like, obviously, exercising is good for you. And it's good to do it when you're young because you got a lot of energy and stuff like that. But, like, not gym work, not like muscle building, you know what I mean? Like sports and shit. Even like martial art, something like martial arts, feel like it's more appropriate. Maybe. So I don't know. I don't know. As far as I know, you're not really supposed to delve into muscle building when you're too young because an injury could affect your growth. Something like that? Not sure. Not sure. I don't know if like anything changed in the science of that or whatever. It felt a little bit weird, but I gotta trust that the gym I'm going is like good and they wouldn't like put the kid into anything that's like bad for them. Right? But it did get me wondering. Like, is this really okay? I hope it is. I hope it is. Maybe I think it's okay. Probably the kid's probably there because they are already doing some sort of activity, like maybe soccer or martial arts or something like that. And maybe the exercises that they're doing are like complementary to that. I think that would be an okay reason to go. I don't know. I don't know. I just thought it was a little bit out of place. Oh, there we go. This is kind of nice. This is kind of nice. What's the back of a biwa like? Let me see. Biwa back. Yeah, it just looks like a big wooden spoon from the back. There isn't much special details or anything like it. I think my biwa is too fat. I think I can thin out my biwa a little bit. There we go. I think this is better. There we go. It really looks a little bit like a wooden spoon. A button, if you will. I know button means wooden spoon because I watched Yu Yu Hakusho. Okay. And there was a character named Button in that show, and the reason she was named Button was because she was like a little Shinigami witch thing. Ah, hello Momochi! And her name literally means wooden spoon because she flies on a wooden spoon. Yeah. God, I miss Yu Yu Hakusho. That was a good ass show. Good ass manga. Terrible ending. But what are you gonna do? Make a updated remake of it and give it an actual ending? Ha 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 ha. Don't be silly. I would love that, actually. Actually, I would love that. It's an end, it will always be terrible. It didn't have to, Momochi. It didn't have to. How are you doing? Welcome to the stream. I know how you are doing, but I have to say it anyways. It's being polite. It's being polite. But yeah. Man, Yu Yu Hakusho would be a prime pickup for like a remake if it is if they're going to remake everything, right? They might as well pick it up. Honestly. Would be so good. Would be so good. Like there are so many stereotypes. So many anime tropes that like practically started in Yu Yu Hakusho. The hidden dragon / demon up my sleeve was an unironic plot point for Yu Yu Hakusho. EA actually had one. He had like a evil dragon flame, which was a power that would unleash extreme hell and pain onto the opponent, but at an enormous cost of your own health and stuff like that. Like, it's corny as fuck, but at the time it was revolutionary. And quite frankly, I don't care. I think it's cool. We're being very honest here. I just think it's neat. Just think it's neat. I like the adventures of Yuzuke and everyone else. They don't have enough recent games of Yu Yu Hakusho. Most of them were like focused on the Super Nintendo and never came out. There was this really fun one where it was like an RPG battle simulator. Of the first main tournament arc of the show, and like it had like it was like full RP mode, and you kind of had to. It was all done through menus and stuff like that, but they had these big sprites that recreated scenes from the manga perfectly. And it was like, oh, you can unleash this super powerful move, but first you have to activate the transformation. It was kind of fun. You had to navigate through the game using different stuff, and your knowledge of how the fights went in the manga would actually help you achieve the winning conditions. So I had a blast with that. It was fun. It was fun. It was a good ass anime. Like I said, the main problem was the ending. And it wasn't even a problem. The ending did like a will be subversive kind of thing, which is fine-ish. I don't know where to put a strap for this. Because her boobs are kind of big. I mean, I could put it across the boobs and make it squish a little. Would that be overloading on the boob area though? Not entirely sure. Let me see. Let's test. But yeah. My problem with the ending of Yu Yu Hakusho is only one. It ends abruptly, while simultaneously building up a really cool arc with really cool characters. But it just kind of stops. So, I don't know. Spoilers alert for an anime that is very, very old. But basically... Where the hell do I put this? Do I put it over the boob? Do I put it under the boob? Do I put it on the upper part here? Like this? Do I leave it like magically plugging in? I could just leave it magically plugging in. That is a possibility. Like, big boobs have some disadvantages. Especially when it comes to carrying and stuff. Theoretically, right? Let me do this. If we're gonna go more or less normal route, it would probably like go from here to here. It's like a strap. Would probably do this. Maybe squish the boob a little bit on the way down, right? This. Sorta and Biwa. Would probably be a little bit lower. It would be a little bit lower, yes. Would be like over here. Whoops. It would be like over here. Sorta like this. Or like this to even out the tail, you know? How do I feel about this? I don't feel bad about it. Not really. Not really. I think this is fine. I'm not entirely sure which color the strap should be. I think... Well... This would be a leather strap, so something like this, but I don't want it to clash with the red too much. So maybe a complementary color. Can be... Yeah, green would be kinda... This color isn't bad, except it clashes with this. Maybe brighter... with darker... Perhaps? Okay. So the BOA is cool because it is like an element that I wanted to add to the character. Since she kinda uses it. It's how she uses one of her main yokai powers. It is a special thing. At first, I was thinking about making her not use it as much. It was like a secret power, but the more I think about it, it's definitely something that is a part of her. So basically, she's a Nekomata, and the thing with Nekomatas is that they're kinda like a special type of apparition that has the power to summon the dead, essentially. Or at the very least, summon visages of the dead. She has a little bit of necromancy to her because of this. So basically, she can use her Biwa to cast Speak with Dead, which can be very, very handy for snooping around, you know? And figuring out what happened to victims of attacks of yokais. She can literally just ask the victim how the victim died. Not that every victim is gonna be cooperative or even understand what killed them. A lot of the time, that's not how that goes. But you know, it works part of the time. And it's also kinda extra cool points. Also, if she's facing a ghost, she can technically summon them with the Biwa. Okay, so that's the thing. Oh, you know what we can do? I want to add this moon somewhere. We can add the moon as like a buckle. We can add the moon as a buckle here. That's cool. That's a cool effect. Originally, the idea of the hairpin, right, that she would use this moon on her head, because it was a gift from someone special to her past. But I'll be real. Though the idea was cute, the moon always felt a little bit too out of place on her head. So I've been meaning to try and find a different place to stick it, you know? So it could still have significance. Wow, this moon is looking sad. Let's see, make it a little bit chubbier, and we're gonna get the proper moon. There we go. Here we are. Keep going. But yeah. So why didn't I like the ending of Yu Yu Hakusho? So during the final season of Yu Yu Hakusho, they drop the bomb that Yuzuke is half demon, which honestly nowadays that is like you get that within the first 5 seconds of the anime, but that wasn't quite the point of that anime. So, which by the way, like I said, Yu Yu Hakusho set out a lot of trends for shonen of the supernatural kind. So Yusuke is a half demon. His dad is in hell. And his dad summons him because he is about to die. Yeah. Yeah, guy went out for milk, never came back. Only appears to tell he's dying. Okay, so could work. Maybe? Does feel like it's just hanging there though. Kinda hard. This moon, man, this moon is hard. Nah, keep it out. Fine. So, we had this. I had a few ideas for hair accessories. I got this one. This one is pretty cute. Also, this is an alternate hairstyle. I think this hairstyle can work very well with this outfit. Let me... Basically, here's how I'm doing stuff when I wanna remix something. I just do it like this. Voila. That's kinda neat. Not gonna lie, that is kinda neat. That is a neat look. And it does give, as far as silhouette goes, I think it makes the silhouette more interesting, at least on this side. I don't know what kind of hair I could go for here, honestly. Anyways. I think I wanted like a kunai pouch or something around here too. Maybe here around the waist. I also thought about, I saw a lot of these pants with like a cut here. Which, I don't know who started that. Feels a little bit fanservice-y. Like, is this a thing? It does add like a little extra thing on the sides too without doing too much. Those pants are like that, yes. Ah, so they are like this. I don't know, it's kind of fanservice-y, not gonna lie though. It's not bad. That is interesting. You know what's funny though? Because these are open here, I feel like putting a pouch here on the side that carries something feels more natural now. Make like a little pouch that could be carrying a kunai or something like that. It feels more natural to do this now. Like a little pouch that you use to carry stuff. Around it just feels more natural. You know? Maybe... Yeah, maybe like this. Could be attached to the obi too. Maybe like have a little... A little thing that wraps around the... Yeah, kind of like that. Okay, that is something. That is something. Ninja accessories, maybe... Got the little pouch. Theoretically, she could be carrying stuff under... what else can we add? Maybe like, you know, Kiba has a tag. Maybe she could have a tag too? Maybe we can give her like a little collar with the tag. Although, the reason why Kiba has the tag is because he can't control himself. Sume as his master would no longer need it, so I don't think that's really like a good lore move, you know? Oh, you know what could be cool though? Maybe she could like carry tags around her. Having them like an accessory, like having paper tags. Maybe paper tags on her shoulder, like it's a shoulder plate. Let's explore that. There's gonna be some readability issues on the pixel art department, I think. Let's go with the idea and see where it takes us. I don't like it too much. But you know what is kinda nice? Those little paper things that go like this. Those are kinda neat. I don't know where I would put it is in her design. I think I'm gonna need some to do some research here. Let's see. Decoration. Yeah. It's like these things here. Let me grab it. The other day I reminded myself of something extremely scary. I reminded myself of what the hell Ronald McDonald used to look like when he was first introduced in existence. Now, imagine something like this. There we go. So, something along these lines. Two. Oh! Daniel! You were streaming? Hello, how are you doing? Welcome. Thank you for the raid. How are you doing today? Let me shout out. Hopefully the shout out is working. Daniel underscore. Yeah, you were playing no game? What? Oh, Corpse Party! Oh my god! I used the wrong underscore, sorry. How was it? How was Corpse Party? Were you having a blast? Were you having a lot of party with the corpses? We partied so hard, my pizza became a corpse. Oh no. Oh no. I hope I hope you had a good time. That game, honestly, if there was like let's say some kind of urban legend about a game that if you boot it on your PSP and it kills you, I would have believed that game. I remember I played that game a longest time ago. I remember being at Momochi's house and I had brought that game with me to play. And I remember me and her getting scared shitless while playing it. Jokes aside, we cleared chapter 2 and got all the bad endings. Mostly unintentional. Good job! Oh my god. Oh my god. That game is a whole lot of traumas. It's a whole lot of traumas. Very good for Halloween. Hey Denim, which hairstyle do you think is cuter? Don't mind the pants. That's a tough one. I know! I know! I am trying to work out what to do. This is basically the current design of my OC. Right? And I'm deciding to do some more drastic changes to her. I almost changed the ear style, but I talked with Momochi and Momochi was like, I like the way the ears of your character are. They're different. Side ears good, thank you. Yeah. This one is like really good from a... Hold up. Let me show. The silhouette test, basically. So let me do the trick. Shift R. Whoa, okay, never mind. Let me do like this. Start. Why is this so hard? Ah, because I'm only applying to one layer. Never mind. Okay, so let me do this. What's her character? She's more of a tomboy or more elegant? She is... see, like this versus... like this. It's like who has the strongest silhouette. By silhouette alone, I think this one wins. So her character is that she is Kiba's ninja master, essentially. She is very much a fighter. She's mostly agility focused. Yeah, the ponytail wins every time in the silhouette thing, huh? She's not like very fussy. She's more of a road type of person. She's very on the road. Yeah, let's go like this. It is more aerodynamic indeed. And this is like her travel clothes, basically. She's a demo hunter, she's a fighter. She's kinda sassy too. Very good at calling bullshit. Okay, the more I'm looking at these, the more I'm liking them. I hope you're in agreement with me, chat, that these like add some more extra design. Yeah, I think so too. I've been meaning to give her a ponytail for a while now. I based it off her clothes of a mix between a Yakuza Woman movie poster that I found and a Biwa player traditional clothing. So now I'm adding some exorcism stuff to add to the Demon Hunter part. As for the ninja, I still need to add like some subtle hints. The pouch would be one of them, but it might be a little bit too subtle. Oh, you know what I can do? I can do something that's like super on the nose. Just for funsies. Hold up, I have a super duper on the nose idea. But yeah, that's what we're doing today. That's what we're doing today. Now, Danu, if you're tired and you need to go to bed and stuff like that, please don't let me hold you back. Don't let me hold you back. Sleeping is important. If you got energy left, you're more than welcome to join us, of course, but artist input is always greatly appreciated in my stream. Anyone's input, really. But don't feel like you have to, is essentially what I'm saying. There we go. I think this looks nice. I am digging this. I am digging this, and at the same time I'm feeling slightly afraid of messing around with it too much and it starts looking bad. But I need to get over that. I'll be awake for a bit because I have to reheat my pizza, but thanks for looking out for me. Okay. Pizza. What flavor you got there? What do you got there? Got a 4-cheese one? Do you got a Brazilian pizza? You know, we do actually have a flavor of pizza here, call it Brazilian. And it's actually pretty normal. Pizza Hut has a flavor of pizza called Brazilian pizza here in Brazil. Man, I miss Pizza Hut. I don't know what happened with them. Calzone has ham, salami, and champignons. Ooh, that's good. That sounds tasty. That sounds really good, Dano. That's awesome. I love my pizza folded in half. Yeah, calzones are great. I like calzones. The only problem with calzones is sometimes if they get too hot, you can like really burn your tongue biting into them. So you gotta be careful to not be too overly excited about eating them, which is hard because they're calzones. There we go. Oh yeah, But they're great. Okay, so we're gonna add an inconspicuous gauntlet here. To add a little bit to her being more of a fighter. I could add a gauntlet on this side too. It doesn't... But I don't know. Maybe the gauntlet on one side is a little bit better. Maybe we can add like a... Hey Retros, welcome to the stream. How are you doing? Hello. You lost your watch streak? Oh no. How do those work anyways? Hello Retros, hope you're doing good today. We are continuing where I pick it up, more or less. I work it a little bit off stream, right? So last time this was the design we were doing, which was basically the base design. And then the process of character design was like, make a character, start doing slight changes. So I started doing a bunch of slight changes, right? So we got like different hairs. I ended up settling for... And I changed it, did like a big change of the clothes, and now we're working on these. So we changed the character's clothes a lot. And this one is like really good on the silhouette test also, so far. So now I want to try to add more stuff to characterize her. Give as much story as possible from the design. We already achieved a few things. I do think we need to do a few extra things on the nose. Like, she is a demon hunter. She's a demon hunter ninja. She also has a design of like a kind of a traveler slash performer, so she's kind of... She doesn't like yell right off the top of her lungs what she's doing. She wants to be a little bit inconspicuous. Not too inconspicuous to the point where it's like too subtle, because otherwise you get boring character design. Like that. This is reminding me a little bit, actually, of the Assassin's Creed, the original design of Ezio. This is something that got completely buried in the Assassin's Creed games, right? It was like, oh, why the getup? Why the white clothes, right? And the original assassins wore those for a reason. It was because they were meant to be disguised as monks. Because monks could walk around mostly without being bothered. But game design says that if you're just straight up dressed as a monk, it would be too boring. So they put all of Ezio's Ezio's weapons for show, which makes for a more interesting design. But at the same time, it does beg the question, why does the monk carry a freaking sword and a bunch of daggers and stuff like that, which was a little bit hilarious. But it tells the story of the character. And you shouldn't think... I fell asleep... Hey! Come on. I'm sharing. That's me like caring. It's one of those things like character design is less about making sense and more about telling a story with the character. Otherwise, people won't get too invested, right? Unless you're like making an ultra serious story, in which case it is absolutely fine to make the character design a little bit less standoffish. Bruh, hold on, Kiba, my cat's loose. Okay, good luck finding your cat. Kitties are mischievous little beings. Cat escaped containment. Cat cannot be contained. They're liquid, you know. How are you gonna contain a liquid, huh? Are you gonna put a cat in a cup? You can't do that. Kunais from an angle are a pain in the butt to make. Maybe if I do it like this. Yeah, that kind of works. That kind of works. So this kind of was my idea, to make it very on the nose. Just like put a bunch of kunais on her belt like it's just freaking Rambo or something. But the more I look at it, it's kinda... Is this too silly though? Could these be too silly? This too silly Billy. Whoa. Cool. I caused an error. Eh? What did I do wrong here? The bout is here. I'm just asking to swap. There we go. I mean, she's gonna puncture her boobs like this, right? Yeah, that's not good. Nah. We thought about it, but discarded it. Do we need anything else? I could give her shuriken earrings. Those can be cute. Some very tiny shuriken earrings. Overtly on the nose too. We'll put it on the side. Does this add anything? Yeah. Maybe some demon accessories like horns as a trophy from her demon hunt. Ah. Hmm. That is a thing. That is a thing. Question is, where would we put them? I don't know. Something like a horn. It would have to be an Oni horn. I'd say Demon Hunter. I really mean yokai. So maybe like an Oni horn or something. Let me see. Yeah, Oni horns are pretty generic. They're pretty generic. Yeah, maybe a choker or a necklace. Hold up. A necklace would be nice, actually. Oh. Let me see. Can get... Could add one. This. Then we could put like... What do we do here? Could have a horn. We could add a Magatama. Magatamas are cool. Like a jade thing. You know the one? Ooh, kinda hard to make it work as pixel art. There we go. There we go. I think it works. Maybe something like this or... Na, 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 na. Hey, 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 hey. Oops. Get here. That's a thing we could do. I think that looks cool. You know what I wanna do too? I think I wanna do kind of a ripped sleeve situation here. Where the sleeve is kind of detaching here. And then it reattaches here. You know the type? Does this add anything? It would be like one of those... things where it's connected. Right? Maybe even net-like. Honestly, I'm just spitballing here. Would be just to add like a little something extra going on with the kimono. Not sure how harmonic it feels. Know what I mean? Because like these surprisingly work really well. This not really. Maybe something very tiny like this could actually work a little bit. Where it's kind of like something, but maybe not. Nah, I think it is fine. I think it is fine. We thought about it, but decided against it. I do like the necklace idea though. I think this is a good one. It would be either this or let's explore an alternate necklace. Let's make it like a more tribal necklace. A looser one too. Could do something like this. Thinking something more simple like this. Or like this. There we go. This doesn't look bad. Reminds me a little bit of Inuyasha. I think Inuyasha had a necklace kind of like that. Let me see. Oh yeah, his was like a prayer beads with like some random demon teeth or something like that. A little bit different. Oh, he has the thing. Yeah, maybe this is where I was thinking. Yeah, why does he have these things? Are these cut things normal in kimono? Interesting. And his are like a very tiny part. Yeah, I was gonna say the slit leaves remind me of Inuyasha. Yeah. I mean, the color isn't helping, let's be real. Hmm. So we got Magatama, we got this for a necklace. Let's see, what else could we put? Some bulky prayer beads, perhaps? Would be something like this. Like, did I do this right? No. Yeah, I am too early. There we go. There we go. Well, outside of the fact that these don't look like prayer beads at all, it is an interesting look, but it does kind of look like either her neck has been sutured or that she's really into trains and she just has a little railroad on her neck. Now she has a rather thick rope around her neck and... You know, let's try it. Although... I have, now a leather necklace. Would that be like a choker, Danu? No, right? Or like just brown. Shorter necklace. Okay. Oh, this short seems about right. And a horn. Mm-hmm. The horn is definitely going somewhere with her boobs. Hmm. Maybe... Multiple layers? What do you mean? Hmm. Okay. I mean, this isn't a bad... this isn't like a bad necklace. Maybe something like this. Definitely has to be smaller horns, otherwise... There's a serious risk the horn will get caught up between those boobs. Ah, I see, I see. That's kind of close to where I arrive at, actually. More or less. Yeah, that is a good one. That looks really good, actually. Could push it up even a little bit more. Those could even be fangs, true. Yeah, this looks pretty nice. I like that. I like this one, Dano. Thank you. Yeah, like this, like this. There we go. So this one or this one. This one I can kind of discard. It's kind of bleh. Or this one. You know what? This one fits better. It has better color scheme and everything too. Okay, so there is a VTuber that I watch called Squeegee. She also does a lot of character design lectures on her own. And she has a system for designing. Some of her stuff I didn't understand until I did the workshop. The workshop kind of clicked a lot of stuff she says too. Which is the ladder system. Let's see how our current design would rank in her ladder system. Basically, the idea of the ladder system is that you build a ladder by the side of your character, right? And you make steps. On the ladder, you're gonna make like steps that are... Every time there is like a break in design, you have to record the step. And if your ladder is very safe, that means the design is kind of If your ladder is very unsafe, that means there's probably a good amount of design going on. Something like that, something like that. Basically, you want an uneven ladder. So we start here. Yeah, the first thing is, I think, the feet. I like a first a break point here. Then we get up. We get the things here. We have the sleeve on the side, but nothing on this, so no leather on the side. Technically, we have the things here on both sides. Then I guess we have the pouch here. And we have the... Do you think the gauntlet is good enough to count? Then let's see. We got the bandages on the side. Don't have anything particular about this. We got the belt here. I think it's like a important point. My main issue with figuring out her style about this is figuring out what is like leather worthy for her. We got the tail here. Tail here. The banjo on this side. The necklace is like an important point here too. I think the breaking point here between the boob is kind of important. I think this is important too. The hairpin is important. Technically, this thing here is kind of a... So... The head is important. The eyes are important. I guess this is okay. It definitely has a lot of distribution of details. One big first step? Yeah. It's kinda climbable though, but I don't know. Like I said, unfortunately, I don't know how to draw the ladder properly to do the design, the testing. You know what? There is one detail I could add to Tsume. Very tiny. That can work as interesting. We could add a scar. Oh, you know what kind of scar we could add? Although this kind of just makes it look like she's smiling harder, doesn't it? We could add a scar in the exact same position as Kiba has his car. And pretend it's foreshadowing. Just to drive people crazy. Is this you mean? Is this you mean? Guys, it totally has a reason I didn't pull it off my butt. No, I don't know what you're talking about. There we go. Do I pronounce this redesign completed? I think I can. We could make... Hold up. I do have a little... I could make these bigger. And I'm not talking about her boobs. Talking about the little prayer tassels. Where is it? There we go. I just entered stream. I hear we're not talking about... Because we're not talking about boobs. When I said I could make these bigger... I mean these prayer tassels things. That are usually in shrines. There we go. Besides, we tried to see how far we could take the size last string. Hey Camo God, how are you doing? Welcome to the stream. Hope you're doing good. You built it with a bunch of crap in a cave. Man, that glorious, glorious minute where Marvel movies were actually fun to watch. It's almost surprising how memeable the original Iron Man movie was. Interesting. It's a little bit off kilter here. There we go. Doing good, that's good. I am trying to figure out if I want these tassels bigger or not. I think... I thought about that increasing then would make it then cute better, but like it didn't. And then I realized something, they're slightly off-center. And while asymmetry is nice, not always nice, Speaking of asymmetry, what happens if I just have it on one side? They don't look quite right, do they? Ow. Ow. Ow, ow, ow. So the question is, do we add socks? I'd say no. But yeah, no, I think the design is tight. It's the ancient Japan way, retro gamer. Don't worry, don't worry. Here we go. We're adding less socks. Is that those shrine ropes? It is, it is. I thought it would be cool to add. Don't they? It makes the OB more interesting like that. Wow, man, Tsumi changed a lot. This is basically her original design. Boom. Now let's do her back. This is a character study after all. We're doing a character study, not a VTuber model, so... You think I'm done? I'm just getting started. Whoa, whoa, whoa. No, no, no. There we go. At the corner, there's a very cute fox too. I'm a wolf, though. I'm a wolf. I'm a wolf, I swear. I swear, Your Honor, I'm a wolf. It complains like one. Truth be told, I almost thought about being a fox when I was picking up which to be, which VTube's animal to be. If you're wondering what I'm doing, why am I just duplicating? Well, back character design is interesting. Day of Deltarune, indeed. Alright, I'm going to bed now. Have a great rest of stream and good luck with the rest of the art, Kiba. Thank you, Danu. Have a good Nini. And hope your calzone is delicious. Bye-bye. Deltarune is great. One day I'll finish playing it. Good Nini, it was nice. Delicious calzones are very important. Okay, so the reason we're mirroring her is because it's like one of the easiest ways to do the back of the character. Is you mirror them, and then you start drawing the back. It makes for a much easier time. Yeah, this one though I don't need. I also wonder what the strafe pixel is. Oh. That's interesting. Why is the stray pixel stray? Must have been a thing. Oh, okay. Ah, it's in the boob. There we go. There we go. Ah, I see what it is. I see what it is. There we go. Not gonna matter in the long run, but... Okay, so the tail is a very important detail. And I just realized that I'm gonna need my character to be way further apart. So we are gonna put here. There we go. Because now I can mirror the tail. Flip. And there you go. Oh yeah, but here's the fun part of this. And also the scary part. We're gonna do this on different layers. Because now these are like the highest priority layers. So just bear with the weirdness a little bit, everyone. I'm watching very intently. Is that better or good? Probably good. Probably good. If it means you're having fun doing it, of course. Because, you know, that's important. I am here to entertain after all. So here's the hair. Gotta take that hair. Put it up here. And let's see the other layer. I don't know, because all I know is this very good art. Ah, thank you. I really appreciate that. This is the style that I made my original pixel art model, the one that I use, right? But it's been a while. I think I've improved. You know, theoretically, if I wanted to, I can probably slice this character design and make a Vito Bernardo out of her. Minus the part where I rig it, because I need someone for that. Okay, so let's take these out for now, so we can get working on what matters most. Gonna take the details out here for now. And we can get started. Rigging is a whole new process. Yeah. I don't rig. Lunatic does the rigging for me. And he is very good at it. Yeah, it's Lunatic. Lunatic does the rigging. Lunatic rigged, he actually rigged this model. Momochi made the wolf model for me. It was like a Christmas gift. Let me think now. Sandals. Sandals are like this. Jets filled with awesome artists. I know, right? So it comes from... Yeah, no, I don't think I can actually draw anything else. Like the sandal would be first and you wouldn't be able to see. Okay, let me think. Back of the foot compared to the front of the foot. What are the main differences? You can't see the toes, obviously. It would be nice to put some shadow here to distinguish the toes from the front. Other than that, you can kind of see like this. Dana, who was here earlier, she is actually an artist too. And she even does models too. Ow. She did a model for Norex. Who hangs out here on occasion too. She also done model for other people before. Momochi is also an artist. She also did a few models. Technically, she did this model and she did my original model, my high-res model. Both are drawn by Momochi. My original model, this one, was rigged by Hato. It drops by on occasion, and I do some collabs with him every so often, right? So he rigged this one. Lunatic rigged my wolf model, though. Lunatic rigged this model, and he rigged both my pixel models. Lunatic is actually really good at rigging, but he only does it as a hobby for now. He already has a daytime job as a programmer, and it takes a lot of time from him. So technically, he also doesn't really... I have no idea what my hobby is, honestly. Wanna hear something funny? In Japan, if you don't have a hobby, you say that your hobby is sleeping. It is... and you don't say that to be facetious. It is actually the socially acceptable answer for that. Now, there are some anime that will actually take that and have a character whose actual hobby is sleeping. There's this really good manga and anime called Slam Dunk that's about basketball. And the main character's rival, job, main hobby is literally sleeping. He sleeps in class all the time. But he is also a beast at basketball. He doesn't consider playing basketball a hobby though, which is kind of the real implication of that. While also being a really funny character quirk. That reminds me of one of my classmates from uni. Oh, what was he like? Good at basketball? Always left in class, that is fair. I'll be real though. Like, I'm not saying that you should do this, obviously. But zoinking out in class is so good. Like, even if the teacher was strict as hell, he still slapped. I see. But the thing is, the teachers couldn't do anything. Oh, why not? Did he hold a secret technique? Because his grades were decent, he was a massive professional at soccer. So he could do nothing. Oh, I see. You know, that is interesting. Around here, we don't have, like, organized sports and competitions between universities. So being an athlete is like a known thing for like maintaining grades or something like that in my country. Which means outside of doing the entrance exam, you're kinda screwed. Also, here in Brazil, it's the opposite of like the US, where private universities are considered superior. In here, it's like only the public schools are considered like really good, Other than that, you have like the private ones competing to see which one is considered less of a joke by the people hiring you, which is interesting to say the least. But it also leads to a lot of elitism, so take it as you will. Okay, so now I have to actually think. I mean, that's a nice approach. Yeah, but here's the kicker. Here's the kick in the tooth, okay? While technically public universities are considered high class and high grade, you can't say the same for public schools. So the people who get into public universities are people who went into private schools. While people who do public schools usually are more likely to have to pay for private university if they want to go to university at all. Which always struck me as unfair. Welcome to not to perpetuate the meme too much, but welcome to Brazil. It just is. Like, okay, so I'm not being completely fair. There are a lot of like scholarship programs for people who go to public schools. So they are able to enter through that, right? There are scholarships and stuff like that. But if we're talking about actually taking the entrance exam and passing, the last time I checked, the people who go to private schools have a way higher chance to enter. Just way higher. So yeah, it is what it is. It is what it is. Man, that's some weird technology. Yeah. It sure is. Nice, 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 nice. There we go. There we go. You know, AC/DC Town music could fit great in this playlist. Maybe. Oh, Animal Crossing, right? Capcom wouldn't copyright it. There is like one song in this playlist that's copywritten, and I don't know which one is. Well, because the way the copyright system shows the playlists is kind of. Oh, Battle Network. I don't know, because my playlist is in Spotify. Let me actually see. Yeah, I got Highway to Hell. This is the only one I could find. Let me add this to the playlist, actually. Let's see. Yeah, there is a band called ACDC. I think it was on purpose too. I mean, it is called Rockman, you know, the series. So actually having music references is literally what's supposed to happen. Okay, so the booba. We could do this. Na, 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 na. Yeah, this is from an album called We Are Rockman. I'm assuming it's like a big remix of the music. There we go. This one. And this one here is... Okay, so start with this one. I think I can just eliminate this one entirely. Yeah, we can eliminate this layer entirely. We'll just go from the back. Reminds me of Operation Shooting Star. Ooh. Okay, so I'm actually gonna add it from the back. Don't blame me, it's a Japan exclusive. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay, so... Where is the... There you go. Okay, let's change this. Damn, you learned Japanese? That's so cool. That is so cool. Having to fix the whole model just for the back. That is awesome. Did you learn it just from playing the game? How did you do it? Or did you actually got to classes for it? When you don't have a hobby, you have a heck a lot of time. That is true. Oh, that's awesome. I hear anime is both a really great way to learn and a really terrible way to learn. The main issue with anime is that the inflection of the characters and stuff like that is very theatrical. They use a lot of slang that would be considered extremely rude too. Right? In theory, right, when learning about learning like other languages, learning the slangs would be a good thing. In Japan, it's kind of the opposite. Because instead of sounding like a native, you just sound rude as fuck. Although my understanding is that if you're like a foreigner and you start talking like you would be talking anime, most Japanese people would probably just laugh and be like, "Oh, it's one of those." Like when in English we use filler words to make it pop it out. It is the weeb! Let us take photos with the weeb! It's Jin! It's Super Guy Jin! The best character. There we go. It's Super Guy Jin! Yes, that is the actual name. The guy's name is Jin, and he considers himself to be a super guy. I use Japanese with my sister to talk about secrets or anything hidden from other people. And someone was like, "Chill, Dad." Yo. Hey, they're speaking in anime. Damn. He is very cool. He is very cool. He actually appears in an episode where they go to like a ninja dojo that's like a tourist attraction, and he's just so excited to be there. Just really happy. Passion is a good thing. It actually is. It actually is. Honestly, passion is good. Not being afraid of liking what you like is good. Yeah, some people get upset. With people being too passionate. I would put more shadows here, but I am afraid of adding way too much details to this would get me banned. I really, 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 really wish That one time Twitch allowed for nudity to not have been... Well, what happened? I don't know if you were here when the incident where Twitch was like, oh, we're gonna allow artists to draw artistic nude. So basically, Twitch changed some policies a while back to allow artists to be able to draw artistic nude without fear of getting like content striked, right? Getting reported. So what ended up happening was there was a group of people amongst the VTubers who were like, well, my model is technically art, so technically I can stream with my model naked. It also sparked a bunch of people to straight up draw not safe for work. So the highest point of that was literally VTubers with naked models drawing part of themselves. So the whole thing like was shut down in like less than 12 hours, if I'm not mistaken. It was very brief. It was very brief, and what ended up happening was that was basically used as a literally go-to case of like, this is why you can't have nice things, essentially. With like dressing code for VTubers and stuff like that. To this day, there are a lot of VTubers who feel like VTubers are prosecuted on this platform because of that. And honestly, I don't know. I'm like literally not big enough to draw attention. And I do keep for the most part, I do play it safe. Not playing too safe right now, but you know how that goes. Your art is actually borderline that. Oh, come on. I need a basis. I say it's still safe. Like I said, I'm playing safe. You can actually draw some amount of nudity on Twitch as long as it's completely for the express purpose of anatomy. And also, my channel is tagged as 18 plus just in case. Because honestly, when I was starting out, I saw some people who were streaming at the time who said that they made their channel 18 plus because they didn't want to deal with minors on their community, because it would mean having to watch out language a lot and that kind of stuff, and I honestly agreed. Some people even view like having a Discord server that allows minors as a red flag amongst VTubers. And honestly, you do have to be very, if you have that, if you like want to build a community that is that minors are allowed, you're gonna need like make extra sure that everything is safe for everyone, right? Yeah, you have to be, if you allow minors in your community, you have to be as the VTube's kids say so. Like, look at YouTube, exactly. Yeah. Like, there's one Discord servers to be in that allowed minors. Oh. God. There is like one type of person that will literally make a beeline for these servers the second they see. I said hack and they all went, oh my god, he cursed it, oh no. Oh no. Oh no, that is like the kid-friendly version of the cuss word. Like, come on. Did you get kicked out for saying hack? No way, did you actually get kicked out for saying hack? Oh my god. Retros, that is both. I want to emphasize that what I'm about to say, one thing does not exclude the others, you know? That is both extremely unfair and extremely hilarious. You do understand, right? Where I coming from. That is so funny. That is so funny. Because the thing with making children's content, right? You have an obligation to be a good role model and an obligation to keep them safe, which also means you're gonna have a heck of a tough time with moderators. Because there are gonna be some scary people that are gonna try to enter your server. If a lot of minors are gathering there. So you gotta make absolutely sure that you're able to keep the scary people out. I mean, you wanna keep the scary people out in regular servers too, but there's like not really much of a incentive for them to be there, so yeah. The moderators will, and now we just go, girl, you can't do that. And honestly, fair enough. But yeah. Yeah, you end up like really limited. Exactly.
I'm a moderator on another Discord server. It's quite chill, so I ensure you stay civil. Ah, that is good. That is good. Mm. Okay, so we got a good idea where the tail is coming from. Now... Oh yeah, absolutely. If you're on a chill server, that's like the one topic that will make things way less chill. Okay, so I am gonna have to say bye-bye for the to the tail for now. So we can work on the back. There we go. The model looks great. Thank you. It's not a model though. This is just like character design study. It could become a model, but it doesn't have to. Almost a weekend, which means gaming stream next. Indeed, indeed. I am gonna finish Darkwood. I am gonna finish Darkwood. That game stresses me out so much, and I was thinking about why, and I figured it out. I figured out why that game stresses me so much. I'm an introvert, and that game forces me to leave the house as I find. All the time. I keep having separation anxiety. Because out there is just full of monsters. And I have to go wild to gather resources. Like, I'll be real. I didn't used to be this bad when it comes to, like, leaving the house and stuff like that. But... man, after COVID... I feel like I lowered my resistances to going outside the house. I like going out. I like interacting with people, I swear. I just don't have the battery for it. And like, what, you know what's even funnier? After a longest time of thinking that I married a very nice, very beautiful, introverted girl, we both discovered something shocking. We discovered that Momochi is actually an extrovert with social anxiety. Momochi Glaze is crazy. I like her. Yeah, so basically... yeah, she... like, I was talking about it with her, because, like, I saw a video and was like, hey, did you know that there are actually extroverts who have social anxiety? And I was like, this is how you figure out if you're actually introverted or extroverted. Right? And it is actually interesting. So basically, here's how introversion actually works. Introversion essentially is
basically you're introverted if social situations leave you less rested. You don't have to be comfortable in social situations, right? But even if you're uncomfortable in a social situation, if afterwards, after you've been in a social situation, you feel like more rested, more active, like your mind clear and stuff like that, right? Then you're introverted, then you're extroverted. If when you do any social interaction whatsoever, you absolutely need a time to recharge. Are you creating designs for a game? Technically, yes. Technically, yes, the dogs. Technically, yes. Because this is Sume, she's an OC. I was making a game with her, but I decided to redesign her, and I'm gonna kind of restart the game from scratch. So yeah, actually, yes. But also for more, because she's an OC. What if you and I partnered up? I like working with people that I know for a long time. Mystery Dungeon. Maker Dev? That is cool, that is cool. Wait, it is? No, it is not a Mystery Dungeon. I'm gonna do it on RPG Maker. It's like a very small project, don't... But like, coming soon TM, like never, or sometime. No, I'm certain that isn't. Oh, the music! No. This is Final Fantasy IV. This is the overworld. I never actually played... Ow. I never actually played the Pokemon Mystery Dungeons. I remember, honestly, I did not give Mystery Dungeons a fair chance. I did not give Mystery Dungeon likes a fair chance. I remember when I was younger, I was way too hung up on the fact that you have to re-level your character every run. I probably should, especially because I like roguelikes more nowadays. I actually sat through and watched a person play Tornico's Dungeon. Tornico's Monster Dungeon or something like that. It's basically a mystery dungeon for the Dragon Quest series. At least as far as watching goes, I thought it was pretty interesting. Have you ever seen that one? I have Dragon Quest Secret of the Masked Queen. Ooh. Dragon Quest is a big series. In Tornico's Mystery Dungeon, you play as a merchant. You are basically a merchant, and you were sent by the king to find a mysterious item locked in the mystery dungeons. The mystery dungeons are like breeding grounds for monsters, and they are magical and mysterious, and no one knows how exactly they work. But legend says that there is a chest in there that's called the Chest of Happiness. And just by having it, everyone becomes happier. So the king asks you to find this chest, and that's the plot of the Super Nintendo game. And the sequel in the PlayStation 1 is actually that the happiness chest was evil all along. I'll become happier for better. Ah, thank you for the pet. So it's kind of funny how they try to put as much game mechanic as possible in the story design of this game. Because the idea is that if you take the happiness chest out of the dungeon, the big dungeon will either spawn a happiness chest or it is a predictable plot, I won't lie. It is very predictable. It will either spawn the happiness chest or it will spawn the Satan chest. Subtle. I know. Very subtle. I know. And guess what the Satan chest does? It spawns endless monsters inside the dungeon to the point where they flood out. So that's an issue. And just returning the happiness chest to the dungeon doesn't mean the evil chest will despawn, and the evil chest is indestructible. So you have to go on a quest to figure out how to destroy the Satan chest and return the happiness chest to the dungeon. Otherwise, the balance has been destroyed and the world will be ruined. So let's see, I think I lost the dogs. I'm currently working on a platformer. Oh, that's nice. I like platformers. There we go. Almost like we enjoy retro gaming, right? Except I get really pissed that I lose 50% of my work and rage for a week and never touch it again. It is a cycle. It is a cycle. God. One thing I've been really liking of old... Wait. I don't think it would have the bar like this, right? Now let me think. Do we do it?
No, because like this is like a kimono white bar like this. The backside wouldn't have it. Usually these goes around the neck, right? Although this is kind of like a half kimono. I actually should check something out. Hold up. Let me see. To the woman. Let me see if I can find some extra ref for that. Pity the poster is only from the front. It looks like a badass movie though. Yeah. So, ow. We have a few options here. One option, we can do like this, right? We can make it cover a little bit more. Or a whole lot more. Hello, Lunatic, how are you doing? Check this out, summary rework. And it's big enough that we could rig it into a model. I'm just kidding, I'm not going to. Looks dope, thank you. We could, but let's not. But let's not. No. Lunatic got like, he's got a line. He's already rigging something for me, which I'm absolutely grateful for, and he has like a line. We have spread the misinformation. Hey. So we can make it more, cover a little bit more. And technically the wraparound over the whole thing, or we can make it cover about this much. We cover the things here. Right. And we could add a tattoo on her back. We could add like a tattoo here. Yeah, like a Yakuza tattoo.
do, I don't know. Not entirely sure how to make the design of this in pixel art though. Oh, maybe? Hold up. I got to work now, best of luck. Okay, Lunatic, have a good one. Maybe we could make like a shuriken. Gonna make like a big shuriken. Or they could be patterned. Maybe a kanji. Maybe a kanji. Hold up. I think I found a good kanji. Na, 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 na. Na, 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 na. Na, 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 na. Na, 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 na. Na, 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 na. Many ideas flow through your mind. There are many ways to go about. And this is a rough approximation of the kanji for cat. Okay, okay. I think this works. I need that extra. Okay. So now let me see. You know, I just realized something rather sad and hilarious. It's gonna be completely covered by the biwa. But you know it's there. But you know it's there. And that's what matters. Okay, so this one. Oops. Where is it? Okay, let's edit this one first. Doo-doo-doo. Okay. Another little bit here. And I just realized what? The girlie has a split tail? Yes, because she's a Nekomata. Do you know the lore of the Nekomatas? Okay, so Nekomatas are an interesting type of yokai. There are 2 cat yokais in total. And although Nekomatas are sorta the same as the other one, they aren't. Basically, there are 2 types of cat yokais, the Bakenekos and the Nekomatas. The Bakenekos, they usually live in mountains. And they hunt for humans. They're out for human blood. So basically, if you find someone who went to the mountains and they died and their bodies found mauled, it was the Bakenekos that got to them. Now, the Nekomata are a little bit more subtle. Both can be originated from the same way though. Essentially, Nekomatas and Bakenekos, they are born from animal abuse. So, if you kill a cat in like a cruel and unjust way, their spirit may come back as either a Bakeneko or a Nekomata. And Nekomatas are particularly cruel in the way they avenge from people, because they will basically torment you from afar, summoning spirits of dead people to torment you. They will summon your father, who always judges you. They will summon your grandfather to tell how much you're a failure. they will just scare the crap out of you with your ex-wife, whatever it takes. Whatever it takes. And they are sorta easy and hard to kill because they are little cats. They're very like stealthy. But there have been reports of like samurai being able to kill them with a single arrow, as long as it's like a blessed arrow. So, and also, they have like some of the best art. Oh, I need a new one, a bigger one. Hold on. Check this shit out. This is a Nekomata. This is a Nekomata. And they have twin tails. The Bakenekos don't have twin tails, the Nekomatas do. Well, it looks okay. It does, it does. This little fricker was a Nekomata in Inuyasha, by the way. They're two-tailed yokai spirits of dead cats that have been mistreated in life and come back for vengeance. Ah, that one looks cute. Yeah. I think the anime Yokai Watch, the main yokai is also Nekomata. And one place that gave me like a lot of influence is from the anime Shaman King. That had probably one of the best Nekomata designs ever. Like freaking Matamune, man. Look at this guy. So much poise. Smug, so smug, isn't it? Isn't it? Like, I love the story behind him too in that anime. Basically, the main antagonist of the show in a previous incarnation found him starving near a battlefield, tried to take care of him, but he died. So he took his soul and reincarnated him as a familiar for him. He was like a... what's the name? Omniojin. And after he died, he was such a powerful Omniojin that even after he died, the magic he made to turn him into a Nekomata still existed, and he's been alive for thousands of years. And if you're like, that doesn't sound like something a bad guy would do, the answer is Shaman King is very unique. It has a very unique way of treating his antagonists. Shaman King doesn't have a good show though. It's sad. The remake was terrible. The remake was so bad. Oh, I know multiple ways of doing things. It's not very common that in shonen they break the formula too much, you know? Shaman King was like a really, really fun childhood anime slash manga for me. It has some weird sus stuff, not gonna lie, but so do most anime and manga, so yeah. The story was pretty solid. The main issue was the manga was never finished. And the author had outline for everything, but I think the manga ended up getting cancelled on Shonen Jump. So they never completed the story. Then they released a remake. They released 2 endings for the anime. The anime had an ending that was like your basic 2000s anime that had a unique ending that was kinda rushed. And didn't really solve a lot of the issues that happened throughout the show, but at least it offered some conclusion, at least a final battle. But one that you could kinda tell wasn't really what the author was going for. And then there was the remake, which had a shitload of potential, but they started rushing the crap out of it. Like, I never seen a manga so rushed. I never seen a manga so rushed. Anime, sorry. The anime was like, oh, you watched Shaman King before, right? You read the manga before, right? Here, remember how this happened? Okay, let's move on to the next plot point. Do you remember how that happened? Good, because we're moving along again. No. We don't have time to wait. You wanted to actually reminiscent? No! We gotta catch up with the manga. We got new story to tell, guys. We need to keep going fast as possible. Come on, chop, come on. So they rushed the whole thing. And then when they actually got to the part where it was original content with, like, actual story, the anime starts to slow down, and they're like, finally, now we're gonna tell the story as it should be told at a nice pace. But then they speed up again at the very last second, and things happen at the end that are not explained at all anywhere. There's literally a character in the ending that wasn't introduced at any time, and I don't know what the fuck he is, but he looks important. He has like a really cool design. He seems to be some sort of Oni of some kind, and Onias are very significant in that show because they are actually manifestations of people's insecurities. And one of the characters actually has the out of control power to summon them if they have a meltdown. And there's like a tiny Oni there. And there's no explanation of who they are. They seem important. Their name was in the freaking final episode name, and I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is. So yeah, it's not a good way to tell a story, no. And like, now I gotta wait for the reboot of the reboot, so maybe I'll finally be able to get the ending that I want. Oh! And there was a fighting game for the PS2
which sucked major ass, but that game also offered a different ending from the original anime. A complete different ending that actually involves that Nekomata. So, what is the ending of Shaman King? I don't know. I didn't have so much trouble figuring out what the ending of an anime was since Evangelion. Yes, thank you, Retro Gamers. It is very stupid. I love the show 2 bits, but goddamn that ending. That goddamn ending. Not that anime, we don't talk about that one. Ha 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 ha. Oh god. That one is a ride. You know, there aren't many intellectual properties that ends with a main character jerking off, but you know, that's something that Evangelion and the boys have in common. Okay, weird opinion, but at the time I got reincarnated as a slime in this, and it's an isekai, but it's decent. It is. It is. As far as isekai goes, it is definitely up there. As far as non-subversive isekais go, I have to say that. Because, like, if I'm gonna rate top isekai, Konosuba ends up being there, but Konosuba is technically a subversion of isekai. So I almost don't know if it counts. Right? And the other isekais that I would... Oops. That's something else, don't worry about that. Other isekais that I would rate highly would be Magical Knights Rayart, but that's kinda old, which is interesting to think about. Because it's an isekai, but it doesn't follow the formula of isekais nowadays. It's like an old isekai, it's not a modern isekai. Magical Knights Rayart is by Clamp. It is the story of schoolgirls being transported to a magical world and being trapped there until they save it, which is literally what isekais originally were all about, right? And it's a very good show. It's a better manga than a show, I'm not gonna lie. I think they're gonna make a remake. I think there's a remake coming soon, actually. Mangas are goated, they are. They are. And like... I like it. It's a good show. It has like a really good twist. I don't even know if I can spoil it, and if I should. I can. I absolutely can. It's my stream. And you can't stop me. But I also want, if there is a remake, I want people to enjoy that remake. So I can't in that sense, right? That I don't want to work against.
anyone who hasn't seen and don't want to be spoiled. But basically has a really good twist by the end. That really stuck to me. And the fact that there's still more after the twist is both great and terrible. Okay, so this is still looking a little bit like a chicken wing, but I'm sure we can work this out later. For now, everyone, that's all the time I have for today. Thank you all very much for joining me. And yo, we're cooking. We're cooking. And I'll catch you guys next time, okay? Let me find us a proper raid target. And yo, it's string ending timing. It is, retros. I need to go to bed now. Otherwise, I'm gonna stay EP all day tomorrow, and that's no good. That is no good. So let me see. Who do I rate today? I already rated Tigra. So let's rate someone else. Oh, hold up. Hold up. Hato, who rigged my original model, is streaming right now? Oh, I am going there. I am going there. So... Momochi will drag you if you don't. No, she's probably just gonna keep waiting for me until she's like really EP. And I'm gonna feel really bad about it. Okay, let's go. Everyone, thank you very much for joining me today. I hope you all have a wonderful day or night. Hope you all have a wonderful time. And remember, when in doubt, when you think you can do it, think like a ninja. And sure you can. Bye-bye, everyone. Have a good one. Bye-bye. See ya!